Light of the city. So I guess we're fighting mayors last. They've played us. Don't despair, we still have the upper hand. We defeated Fabius and his cultists already, and even if they were just some eaters, we should be able to handle them without much problem, without much trouble. Here, hey, here. Just what were you thinking the entire time as you deceived us? I had a feeling I knew what she was going to say to that. She was either going to say that it was for our sake, that it wasn't a deception at all, or maybe she'll give us one final blow. But her reply, the words of which were carefully selected after gazing out at the far ocean, was not what any of us could have expected. I'm sorry. I thought this would be the better way to approach you, but I see how it can come across as nothing more than deception. You're sorry? Why? I didn't know why you're sorry. Huh? Well, that's because I did something wrong. Wait, hold on. You've been deceiving us all along, Mayors, and now you're gonna... Wait, what exactly are you after? You're after the same thing that the geezer was, ain't that right? Turn us into your blood team, that it was all for our sake, giving all kinds of ridiculous excuses to turn us into one of those monsters. I do hope that you would all one day accept becoming sea bombs. But I'm not about to demand that you let yourself be transformed today. But here and now, I understand that we all need some time to mentally prepare ourselves. May I understand your statement to be implying that you will not be forcing this upon us, should we refuse? That's correct. It'd be against manners to do what Fabius did, shoving Ceter cells inside your body out of nowhere. Manners, huh? While I was taken aback by the fact that Mayers was the bishop of the deed, it was also true that Mayer had never tried to bring us harm, unlike Fabius, who attacked the sinners directly. While she did almost get us in big trouble with Irena while explaining things to us. It's also true that Mayer has been extremely helpful so far. It was her who led us to the lighthouse, and it was her who stayed in that crumbling lighthouse until the repairs were done as that terrifying night continued to assail its walls. What was your actual relationship to Fabius anyway? There's someone who once also strove to realize the visions of our ideal worlds. Our goals, one converged, but not now. I was pretty taken aback too when they attacked you back at the village. Maybe he got greedy when he saw Faust and Otis bearing the ship. He got greedy? Fabius believed that by welcoming capable people as Bloodkin would expedite Seaborn's evolution. Cool. So you're like some cult leader, but you don't necessarily want to antagonize us. You still haven't told us what you're after though. I'm going to the city that lies beyond the dimensional door. Wait, what? So you're trying to flee to a different world where the Inquisition won't be able to chase you. This isn't running away. I just want to help the people of the city, that's all. Wait, help the people of the city? We're making them seaborn. Huh. I don't get the logic behind that, but now let's see. I will drink some water first. So I'm bringing the Seaborns with me to the city. Don't tell me you're going to invade the city alongside those monsters. Then the foghorn suddenly blared. Ow, that's loud! And the ship shook as it began to move. Is this an automated sailing program? The vessel masses will now sail towards the dimensional door. I'll let Rhodes Island and Irene go right in front of the door, so don't worry. Did you seriously just tell us to not worry? Faust, please calm yourself down. It has not yet been determined that If that is indeed the dimensional door connecting directly back to the city. A warm, shining light, and the voices from within is getting clearer and clearer. Oh no, not her again. God damn it, no. Lady, Mayor, don't listen to the lady. Don't listen to Carmen. Why don't we just let them into the city? The battles thus far have done well enough to demonstrate the level of danger Seaborns pose. However, I doubt they'll get very far even if they were to enter the city, don't you agree? Well, that is true, Otis. The city is pretty ruthless. In Hongyan, we've all seen what happens when sapient, sentient, non-human entities enter the city. The head will take action the moment they realize their presence. Of course, we must prepare ourselves for repercussions in case they decide to hold Limbus Company responsible once the dust settles. Yet, it is also very likely that we will fully escape any culpability, as we saw in the Memories of Kong Massacre. Oh no, Otis, no! Your thoughts, Faust? Urban Nightmare. Huh, just Urban Nightmare? However, considering their specific attributions, it will not take long for them to rise to become a star of the city level threat. Yeah, imagine if they, like, managed to convert some of the more capable fixers or members of the syndicate. That would be pretty terrifying. There is a reasonable possibility that they might be issued the Imperator Civitatis classification. Yeah, that's not a far-fetched concept. Even the library managed to reach Imperator Civitatis. Is that not an acceptable risk? If not the head, then this isn't that terrifying of a calamity. But Calce shook her head resolutely. No, your technology seems to be based on something else, which is neither original arts nor any of its derived technology. And that is precisely what could make this world vulnerable against Seaborns. Is it because they learn fast? Yes, those on the front lines of the war against Seaborns stubbornly stick to using traditional low-tech weapons. Deploying high-technology weapons against them is only going to make you enticing me. Oh, then we can't let whichever unfortunate wing that ends up fighting these. Do take into account that it would take a significant amount of time to earn their trust. Even if they were to be convinced, there would be other parties with alternative perspective on the matter, complicating issues. It's true. The situation will rapidly grow out of control if backstreet syndicates or fixers get involved, unless the head designates a taboo to prevent it. Even then, considering what she has been saying, yeah, we must consider the possibility that they may be capable of absorbing the head's technology as well before they are expelled from the city. How do you plan on helping the people of the city, Mayors? By giving them a chance to become Seaborns. But what are you on about? Become Seaborns? She ain't all there either, eh? What kind of help is that? He was like, she's so crazy. Mayors, you know that that's no different from what the Church of the Deep is doing here. No, it is different. Because someone showered the city with the light. Oh, I know who that is. The light? Yeah. The beam of light from the White Knights and our Dark Days incident. How do you... Could it be? Dawn! Becoming a Seaborn is to become a part of Great Will called Reman. By doing so, one can be reborn as an altruistic life form, but at the cost of ego, the sense of self. And that's always been my issue with it. Everyone has beliefs of their own, dreams of their own, It feels too empty to lose all of that when they inevitably lose their sense of selves as they become seaborns. Look, I want each seaborn to have their own wishes, but the light shining through the dimensional door to our world is too faint to push them towards that evolution. If only the light of the city would become more tangible, it just might be able to give every seaborn an identity of their own, to remain uniquely themselves. Oh god, you're trying to give each seaborn an ego. That is terrifying. Why is it that you advocate towards those of the city to join the Seaborns, when one could simply learn more of the light before returning here? At first, I thought all I needed was the clue to be a better evolution, but Don Quixote's tales of adventures changed my mind. Mine adventures? Oh no, Don! You don't understand just how precarious you all are. And how would you when you were all born into that kind of world from the very start? A place where life has become a commodity and gold one of it still means that everyone has to return to monsters. People ostracize the other. Something that isn't like me. Something that feels alien to me. Something I don't know or understand. So that fear is natural because seaborns are not human. But you just have to cross that threshold once. Miss Mayers, do you believe that the nature of humanity to be evil? Humans are selfish, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Good things can come from selfishness, that's for sure. But the side effects have become simply unsustainable. Doctor, you've been to countless battlefields where Rhodes Island has fought tooth and nail for the rights of the infected, but what came of it? Peace? No, it's the same. But still, we're all still getting better little by little. I'm not trying to deride those small incremental steps and call them meaningless. Change takes time, and should it continue, I believe your efforts can be a beacon of light that will lead humanity towards a brighter future. But what about everyone who is sacrificed while you're taking your time, taking those incremental steps? Every single day of that incremental change is marred by unjust deaths. Some are enslaved for no other reason than their differences. People live on in that despair that seems to have no end. I agree with what the light told me. People are diseased. Oh no. Yup. She was so Carmen was talking to her. Does Carmen said the same thing? People are diseased. They're so sick that even in the far-flung future, even on the day the world ends, they will continue to fail to look forward, obsessed with scrutinizing each other in search of those differences. Even when every eager returns to sea, they're still going to bully and hate anyone with pointed ears, labeling them as eager. Even when oripathy is truly eradicated, people are still going to suspect and persecute someone as the infected. People are imperfect beings. No, that is true. You're right. There probably isn't anyone out there who can really sacrifice themselves for the sake of others with nothing but pure selflessness. I heard that gong. That's the fucking distortion gong. But not when it comes to Seaborn. They don't suffer from this absurdity, nor are they coerced to sacrifice against their will. They have the power to progress towards a better future built from mutual understanding. There it is again. Okay, so the final fight is Mayor. Because they're the kind of life form that seeks common ground instead of scrutinizing for differences. The bells. Oh, Honglu is hearing them as well. A strange shaped form shimmers and materializes before Mayors. I couldn't quite tell what it was, but it was round and it looked like a tool. It is possible that she already... Oh, she's not corroding. Oh, she's not turning into an abnormality. She's big... Oh, shit! The possible explanation would be the absence of particular pull required to draw it out of her, or the insufficiency of it. This isn't anything like the... What is happening in front of Miss Mayer? Is our proximity to the dimensional door increasing the potency of influences coming over from the city? Precisely. The connection to Faust returning to normal levels seems to indicate that. Wait, can people, in other words, I mean Mayors, can also manifest ego? Yeah, she is manifesting ego. Internal conflict and anguish is a commonality among every intelligent entity, regardless of whether they are from the city or not. Therefore, yes, Faust is quite positive on this possibility as well. However, what does that even mean? The potential to effloresce an ego implies the potential to distort as well. Exactly. Oh no. The fear that you might end up becoming nothing more than just another thing swept up by the ineffably overwhelming will. Isn't it terrifying that this hope can just disappear in a blink? Who is she talking to? Is this something Limbus Company has experience with? If so, I'd appreciate an explanation. She's hearing that voice. Oh yeah, Heathcliff knows, because he distorted once. When that singular faith that one had absolute confidence in breaks in one fell swoop, and their ironclad will is shattered. Yeah, because it's the same thing that happened to Philip and several others. People of the city have the potential to distort into a monstrous form at any time. It is said that these phenomena are often accompanied by the distorting individual hearing a disembodied voice. We all know who that is. Indeed, those who distort would oft behave as though they were engaged in a conversation. Of course, the same could be said for those who have awakened ego. At first, I thought it was Kathy, but no, it was her. It wasn't her. The voice was beautiful, comforting, and even cozy. The kind of voice that pulls all deep contemplation to sleep, so calm and so warm. Yet, No, there is more to the sunshine than its warmth. The sunshine? You don't share your interest with other devotees. Survival isn't what you care about. What you really care about is giving everyone a chance to experience what it feels like to live in a world of warmth, unbearable it may be. Right, we have to be about more than just prolonging our existence. What really matters isn't survival, it is what we leave behind for prosperity, our legacy. As long as there is a guarantee that the light can indeed protect the sense of self, it'll be more than enough to convince people to become Seaborns. Please, you don't have to concern yourself with what other people might think, Mears. But everyone has their own wishes. I can't just bulldoze over theirs to force mine upon them. But that's not what you really believe, is it? You know that better than anyone. While you hesitate, countless people who are bound to the inescapable bridle will continue to suffer. That might be. It's okay. You don't have to hide the shape of your heart, its colors. The only thing you have to concern yourself with is how you can lead the people of the city and then Terra. Okay, let's sit here and let this happen. Operators to positions. Operators unable to approach. Seat surrounded by a strange field doctor. Whenever someone would distort you to reasons other than a monolith, a stranger would prevent our approach as though to stop us from interfering. Looks like that all the way over in another world. Love is our collective destination. We don't talk about love now. So please, let go of this tool that might break your heart. Don't force yourself to walk the path of thorns. Your pilgrimage needn't be that of suffering. No, I. You don't believe in any recourse, do you? Other than this, anyway. Oh no. Don't you think we should find a better, faster path with less suffering before more people inevitably hurt each other with their ill intent? You're right. If there is no recourse, it has to happen faster. I can't waste any more time while people suffer. Follow your wishes, follow your desires, and paint. Let's show them the painting of your world reflected in your eyes. For the compassion they believe in becomes completely worthless. Shit. I understand the shape part. What makes you want to enter the city? We still know so little about the Seaborns, about Terra, about Iberian. Whatever may have lit the fire under your feet, I can't bring you with us to the city as you are now. Even before the sinners had a chance to translate my words, Mia slowly turned in my direction, as though she clearly understood my words. But I must, Dante. Your adventures were full of exhilarating tales. I saw kindness in the every word and action of you and your friends, but that's not enough. You don't think they'll change? No, they will. In the far, far future. An incandescent brilliance burst forth from before my mirrors. Past that light, I saw the ocean. The calm sound of gently lapping waves the immense golden brilliance. A portal? Where did it come from? Dungeons of the Fathoms. A gate that leads into one's heart. This periphery is where LCV department's speciality begins. While what lies necessarily warrant Rhodes Island's presence. Can you guys help? I don't know what kind of fathoms I'm walking into, but I have a feeling that we're gonna need your assistance. Dr. Kelsa. We're only here to investigate the dimensional door, but I don't want to tax on people we can help. Rhodes Island accepts Limbus Company's cooperation request. I'll go too. They're still in Iberia. I can't let Iberian business be handled solely by outsiders, let alone an incident connected to the Church of the Deep. Don't worry, it's not like the first time we're letting someone not in our group into a dungeon of the Fathoms. We'll be fine. More Seaters. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely the Seaters who were swarming the lighthouse are coming this way. I'll call Scotty here. He'll be staying behind then? Mia will go with you though. Already disappeared into the portal. We take our steps into the utopian world beyond. Oh god damn, that was so cool. Holy shit.